we're going to do something different that we've never done before today. After our nonprofit, we're going to hear from some young entrepreneurs. First time ever presenting in front of people, so it'd be nice, but we'll see how that goes, and we'll give them some good feedback and see the amazing things they're working on. Okay, now we're going to move on from the education side in a little bit more structured manner to throwing your kids over the deep end and seeing if they can swim. One of our community members, well, two of our community members, it takes two to have kids, Brandon and Luke Stokes, they're going to have a couple of their kids that Luke maybe talked them into coming up to share what they're working on with us. So yeah, come on up, come get ready. We're going to hear from our two youngest presenters that we've ever had. And we're going to learn what they're doing, what's going on, and let them amaze us.
Hello, welcome entrepreneurs. My name is Aria Stokes, and I'm 14 years old.
And my name is Monet Stokes. I'm 11 years old.
We are both artists, and we're here today to talk to you about our experiences with art and our pursuit of entrepreneurship.
First off, I'm going to be talking about how difficult art is and how long it took me to get as far as I have, and my personal journey through art and struggling with being less than others.
Then I will tell you about my personal experiences with art. I've been doing it for most of my life, and how I've recently transitioned into a new form of art called crochet. Take it away.
Art is a very difficult thing. It takes years to learn to draw even simple things well, and to get good at it just from observing the world around you. It takes so much time to develop and hone your skills. So, from someone who has taken the time to try and learn, here are some things I have struggled with along the way as a young, or you could say, uncommon entrepreneur. My sister Aria is years older than me, and because of that, I have always felt her art was better than mine, and that I had to work harder than her to become better. I have even considered giving up on art as a whole, because I would never make a perfect piece or never replicate something perfectly. One day, I was making a piece I loved, but I couldn't bring myself to finish it. I had spent hours on it just to realize it wasn't right. And it was too late to fix it. I was feeling so emotional. The same day, there was a New Year's party with friends. At that same party, Aria had a booth there and was selling art. She was making a lot of money, and that did make me feel better. I mentioned to the host of the party, who was my friend, about the drawing I was working on and how I didn't like it. I briefly showed it to her and was surprised when she offered to pay $100 for it. That made no sense to me, because I didn't realize at the time how much she decides to pay depends on how much she thinks it's worth. And if I refuse that price, I'm telling her that she is wrong, and how much value she gets from it is not valid. I made a mistake that day. I sold her the drawing not for $100, but for $40. And I later realized that every piece is my own. Every drawing I make is one of a kind. There will never be anything exactly the same. And that I should never hate my art. After the party, I couldn't stop crying. To be recognized like that was something very new for me. To be honest, this is a very personal story that I didn't think I would be sharing. But thanks to my dad, who encouraged me to open up about this to all of you. Thank you. And without my dad, I wouldn't even be doing this talk. So thank you, Dad. What I'm trying to tell you with this story is that the value of your services isn't up to you, but to your customer. I sincerely thank you for your time. The stage is yours, Aria.
Thank you, Monet. I started doing art when I was very young. although all I could really draw was stick figures. Over time, I began to improve my skills by watching videos and practicing as much as I could. Last year, while I was drawing some characters, a friend of my dad's had seen my art and loved it. She asked if I could do portraits and if I could draw her with compensation. This is the first time that I realized that I could actually get paid for my skills. Seeing her, this was the first time when I finished the drawing and showed it to her, she loved the outcome. Seeing her reaction to something that I had made was magical. Through that interaction, another of my dad's friends had asked me about doing portraits at a New Year's party. I happily accepted and found that many people actually valued my artistic ability, even if sometimes I didn't value my own work. Now, traditional art isn't the only thing I'm here to talk to you about. Around a year and a half ago, I came across something called crochet, which is an art form of using a hook to weave yarn. A friend of mine was wanting to take crochet classes and asked if I wanted to join. I happily accepted, excited to learn a new skill. I went to a few classes and learned the basics and how to make simple things, but I was surprised at how difficult it was just to do the basic stitches. Eventually, the class came to an end, but it took me a very long while to get the hang of it. Once the classes came to an end, I took to YouTube and just decided to find whatever random tutorials on crochet that I could. Now, I was only able to do this because I am homeschooled. With homeschooling, there's a lot more room for learning about things that I actually care about and not just some random crap that I'll never actually put to use in the real world. But enough about that. Eventually, I was able to get the hang of crocheting and eventually making patterns of my own. My dad started to post my creations on Facebook, and some of the things that I made had gained a lot of traction. Someone reached out to me after seeing some of the posts and commissioned 2 turtles from me. I was ecstatic. Somebody wanted to pay for something that I had made. And the thing is, I was only able to have that opportunity because of the connections that my dad has. Connections are very important. That's why all of you are here tonight and why I'm up here giving this talk, even if it's a little scary. Remember, your network equals your net worth. Which brings me to recently, where I began to look into selling my crochet creations at various events. And I found that the qualifications that are needed are an artisan's license and merchant registration, things that I don't have yet, but I am working towards getting them.
To wrap things up, today we shared our experiences as artists and entrepreneurs. I talked about the challenges I faced and realizing the value of my art isn't decided by me. I also have some art pieces at that table right there. If you'd like to see some pieces, you can, or even a few on sale if you're interested.
I talked about my journey from stick figures to portraits and how I am now doing crochet and how important connections are in growing a business. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to check out the table over there if you want to see some of our art pieces. And free cookies!
Free cookies!
Awesome. Thank you, ladies. Questions for you. But before I ask any of you have any questions for our young entrepreneurs over here? In the back.
When you put yourself out there, there's a lot of highs and lows. How have you overcome the dips? And what's been your keys for picking yourself up and keep on going?
That's a good question.
All right. So he was saying, as you're going through your journey of entrepreneurship, there's highs and lows. You shared some of those. When you hit those lows, what have you discovered or found works to get past those lows?
Well, that is a very difficult question because it's very hard to get past those dips. But I always think of how much I love doing what I do, like art and crochet. I just love them so much. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and I've been doing it for most of my life. And I just try to remember that I love doing this. I can get past this, even if it's hard. What are your thoughts, Monet?
Usually when I'm feeling down about my art, it's because I'm comparing myself to others. And when I stop thinking about making art and comparing it to others or for selling or making it for anyone else or to make it just because it looks good or to show off my skill, if I just not focus on all of that and just focus on making art because it makes me happy, then all of the bad feelings just go away.
Good answer.
Awesome. Good question. Good answers. Got another one.
Do you paint murals like in the wall?
Murals.
Do you paint murals?
I have painted my own wall. I did the Starry Night painting by Van Gogh. It took a while,
In
but
the
it was
room.
very fun.
Yeah, I've got a time lapse of it, actually, yeah.
So yes, I can paint murals.
Okay.
I know your dad. So, are you on Etsy and are you doing NFT collections?
Ah.
All right. Are you on Etsy and or do you have NFT collections?
I am not on Etsy yet. However, I do have a website if you want to scan the QR code here.
You made that.
Yes, I did. I make this shirt here.
In your bag.
And the other question was
NFT collections for your art
NFTs.
on OpenSea.
I forget, do I?
We did a long time ago. You guys both made
long
some
time
money.
ago.
It was probably 5+, a long time ago. During the whole NFT craziness, they made some good money selling NFTs.
And I also have a website that I just started today, so there's not that money, there's not that much art on it, but I'm working to put more.
And you made it yourself, yeah?
Yes,
Very good.
today.
Congratulations. Very cool.
Any other? Okay, we got one back there. You do custom orders?
Yes, I do custom orders. If you want to commission anything for me, I have my email on the website, so you can just take a look at that. Email me for any requests.
I will also be taking commissions. I haven't many yet, so don't expect amazing quality, and I won't charge anything crazy. This is just me experimenting.
Awesome.
We'll bid up the prices. Any other questions? All right. So 1 year from now, when we make you come back and present in front of us, what do you hope you'll have accomplished?
Well, I will have hoped to accomplish this steady business where I'm constantly giving out orders to people and hopefully an Etsy shop if I can. And I just want to have improved my skills on art and crochet. That's pretty much it.
Mostly the improving part. Like, I want to make some money, here and there, make a business, but mostly just improving my skills because I'm all right now, but I know I can do better, and that takes time. So I'll be patient and I'll do it.
And for the parents, if they start making too much money, will you start charging rent or what? My dad did. So I don't know. Maybe that was a different time. But I'll set that in your brain. Just kidding.
I like it.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Woohoo! Good job, guys! Woohoo!
Yeah, so after this, check out all the stuff they got over there. They also have some cookies they made with their QR codes on it. They're free, but if you threw money at them, I don't think they'd turn you down. So awesome. Thank you. We appreciate you coming. And good on you guys, Luke and Kareem, for getting your kids up here. I think that's a great experience. I don't know when I first spoke in front of a bunch of people, but
Thanks for allowing us. That was awesome.
oh, of course, yeah. Anything like that. Luke told me that, what, last month or
Last
month?
month, yeah.
Yeah, last month. I was like, heck yeah, let's get some kids up there. So, if you have any enterprising children and you want to put them through the fire, let me know and we can work them in. I'm sure we can. John's got some boys we can bring up. And we got to get your older brother to get up here too. I'm trying to get him to make a iguana dog food company that me and someone else have been thinking about for a long time. Anyways, that's a whole different thing. But so last part.